Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're diving into one of the most exciting frontiers in all of science, genetics. We're going to explore how understanding our very own DNA is completely rewriting the rules of healthcare. So let's get right into it. I want you to just think about that for a second. What if we had a roadmap, a warning system, that could tell us about major health risks long before we ever felt a single symptom? I know, it sounds a little like science fiction, but it is fast becoming our reality.
And the key to this whole revolution, the thing that makes it all possible, is found in the very code that makes you, well, you. It's the ultimate instruction manual for your body, and it's been hidden in plain sight this whole time, right inside our DNA.
Okay, so before we jump into all the really cutting-edge futuristic stuff, we need to get a handle on the basics of this incredible biological blueprint. Let's start with the fundamentals of our DNA's hidden power.
So, what is genetics anyway? Well, put simply, it's the study of our genes. Just think of them as these tiny little lines of code in your DNA that give the instructions for everything about you. You know, from the color of your eyes, to how tall you are, and, as we're about to see, so much more. Yeah, this genetic code goes way, way beyond just physical traits. It can actually make some of us more likely to develop certain illnesses. But on the flip side, for others, it can provide a kind of natural protection. It is a massive piece of the puzzle when it comes to our overall health.
And that brings us to the really exciting part of our journey today. Now that we kind of get the what, let's look at the how. Science has developed this incredible set of tools to not just read, but in some cases even rewrite our genetic code.
We can really break down this modern toolkit into three totally game-changing categories. First, we've got the ability to spot health risks super early. Second, there's the whole world of personalized medicine. And third, something that is truly mind-blowing, gene editing.
All right, let's start with spotting risks. This is all about prevention, plain and simple. Genetic testing can scan your DNA for these tiny changes. They're called mutations that are linked to certain diseases. A really well-known example is the BRCA1 and BRCA2 genes. If you have a specific mutation there, your risk for breast and ovarian cancer goes way up. But, and this is the key, knowing this information is incredibly powerful. It allows you and your doctor to be proactive, to take steps like getting more frequent screenings. It shifts the whole mindset from wait and see to plan and prevent.
Now for the next tool, you can see how this all starts to build, right? This slide just perfectly lays out the shift away from the old, one-size-fits-all approach to medicine. You know, in the past, a drug was just given to everyone with the same condition, and you just hoped for the best. Now, using a field called pharmacogenomics, I know it's a mouthful, but it just means studying how your genes affect your response to drugs. Doctors can actually predict how you'll react to a specific medication. This is huge. It means getting the right drug at the perfect dose just for you.
And now for the most futuristic tool in the whole kit, gene editing. Using this revolutionary technology called CRISPR, scientists can basically perform molecular surgery. Seriously, think of it like a find and replace function for your DNA. They can find a faulty section of code, literally cut it out, and paste in a correct version. I mean, the potential here it's just staggering. We're talking about fixing the root cause of genetic diseases before they even have a chance to cause harm. Okay, but this isn't just theory or stuff happening in a lab somewhere. These tools are already out in the real world, right now, saving lives and totally changing people's health journeys. So let's talk about some of these incredible real-world victories. This quote really just says it all. You know, maybe the most famous example is the actress Angelina Jolie. After a genetic test showed she carried that BRCA1 mutation we talked about, she made the proactive decision to undergo preventive surgery. It was her way of taking control. Her story showed millions of people that knowing your genetic risks isn't a sentence, it's empowerment. And her story is just one of many. The list of successes just keeps growing. For example, parents who are carriers for inherited diseases like cystic fibrosis can now use IVF screening to make sure their kids are born healthy. We're getting better at identifying gene variants that put people at a super high risk for heart attacks, which allows for early intervention. And get this, we're even studying the genes of people who have a natural immunity to diseases like HIV to figure out how to develop new treatments for everybody else. So with all these amazing advancements already happening, you have to ask, what's next? Well, the pace of discovery is only getting faster, and the future of medicine looks like it's going to be even more personalized and proactive than we can probably even imagine right now.
And you know what? That future, it's already starting to arrive. I want you to just look at this year, 2023. This was not just another year in science. Because in 2023, the first ever CRISPR-based gene therapy was officially approved. This was a monumental moment. It offers a potential cure for people with sickle cell disease, a really painful and life-shortening condition, by directly fixing the genetic error that causes it. This isn't just a cool scientific breakthrough, it's a life-changing reality for thousands and thousands of people.
So, where are we headed from here? What's just over the horizon? Well, we're moving toward a world where genetic screening could become as routine as a regular blood test. Gene therapies won't just be for super rare disorders, but maybe even for common conditions like diabetes. And to top it all off, artificial intelligence is going to supercharge all of this, finding complex patterns in our DNA that no human could ever spot on their own.
Of course, with this incredible power comes some pretty incredible responsibility. As we unlock more and more of our genetic blueprints, it brings up some really important ethical questions. How do we make sure this deeply personal data is kept private? How do we keep it safe? It's a critical conversation that we absolutely have to have as this technology becomes more and more common.
So, as we start to wrap this up, let's just bring it all back together. We've seen how genetics is giving us the power to predict, to personalize, and even to prevent disease, all by unlocking the secrets of our own biological code.
The main takeaway here is this. More than ever before, genetics is becoming our shield. It's helping us move healthcare away from being reactive, just treating sickness after it happens, to being truly proactive, focusing on keeping us healthy in the first place.
So, when you boil it all down, what we've really been talking about is your own personal health blueprint. It is the most detailed, the most unique instruction manual that exists for your body. The only question left is, are you ready to read it?